Happy Wednesday. All right. Looks like we are good to go on all platforms. Hello, everybody. Happy Wednesday again. Welcome to day 28 of the 30-day self-care challenge. We are almost at the end of this month, as well as almost at the end of the challenge. So I have been sharing some practical self-care tips for you all to try to incorporate into your life in hopes of you making self-care a priority for yourself. Remember, there's no right or wrong way of practicing self-care as long as you are taking care of yourself. So that requires you knowing what yourself needs, right? So today, day 28, may seem like a weird one, an interesting one, but there actually are some good benefits to it. So today's tip is to go visit your favorite store or go window shopping. Go anywhere you want to go. So this isn't about spending money. Window shopping is, I guess back in the day, you'd have the stores with the window displays and you could just look in the window and not walk in the store. I assume that's where it comes from. So window shopping nowadays is really just shopping without the intent of purchasing anything. Right? You can try on clothes, you can kind of get an idea of the things that you like and you want, maybe make a list of things that you can come back to get later, or maybe create a savings budget so that you can get items that maybe you desire, or maybe some things that you actually need, right? And you have a better idea of where to go, what size you need. It'll make it much quicker for the time you want to come back out and actually purchase it. But there are some benefits to actually going window shopping. Okay. Number one is that it's going to cause you to exercise, to be more mobile, to move more instead of just sitting around at home or in your chair. If you are able to walk, of course, it can help to promote more exercise. You're going to walk a lot more than you realize when you go window shopping or shopping in general. Because you're engaged in all of the things on the shelves, and if you're going by a list and you have to go through the entire store to get all the items, you've walked quite a bit depending on the size of the store. Right? If you don't have a list and you're a person who likes to go down every aisle to make sure you don't forget something, you are clearly walking quite a bit. So it's promoting more mobility, more exercise, as well as if you're comfortable with this and you're going to maybe try on some clothes, kind of see what you like, try to figure out what your new style is. That's going to cause you to increase your heart rate because you're moving more briskly, I guess. You got to pull up the jeans and put on the dress or the shirt or whatever. That takes more activity and more movement in your body. And so that naturally is just going to increase more exercise. And of course, hopefully, exercise or more mobility, moving more instead of being very stagnant and sedentary. Moving more is actually going to help you to feel better as well. It can help to increase your endorphins, which is a natural hormone that helps us to feel better. And also, you're enjoying yourself. So you're naturally going to feel better as opposed to engaging in a stressful activity at work or at home, or, trying to do homework with the kids if, math is not your thing. You're going to enjoy more of being out at a store that you enjoy, if that's something that you enjoy. Remember, self-care is going to look different for everybody. If you don't like shopping, window shopping, or regular shopping, if that's just not your thing at all, I mean, not even a candle store. I mean, if you just don't like going to the store, then this probably isn't the right one for you. If you prefer to do online shopping as opposed to going to a store, then this probably isn't the right one for you either. You can still do it. It might still help you to feel better, release some stress, but it won't necessarily give you the benefit of more exercise, except for your fingers. Another benefit is that it can relieve stress and and improve your mood. It can boost your mood. We have been talking about brain breaks. Your brain needs a break right? You can't just continue to work 24/7, or you can't expect for your however many hours of sleep you get at night to be enough for your brain to get a break. Sometimes we work so hard mentally that we need a break throughout the day. Think about your children, when they're in elementary school or, those younger grades, they got to take a nap. And I'm going to tell you what, adulting is for the birds. It's hard. And I don't understand why in this country we don't have naps. Why is that not included in our day, right? I need a nap, okay? I'm not 4, but I need a nap. I'm 41 and I need a nap, okay? So it can help to boost your mood, improve your mood. It can help relieve stress. It's a break from the day. It's a break from the stress of life. It can be like a mini vacation. Some people, when they go on vacation, they like to stroll through stores and take their time. And maybe you can give yourself that time to do that at a local store that you enjoy. Or like I said, maybe even online, right? But again, this is not about spending money. This is more so about giving yourself a break and enjoying the time of just perusing the items that are for sale. You can always make a shopping list for later. It can help you to see different sites if you go into different stores, or maybe there's beautiful items in the store. Maybe it's a decorating store, interior design store, whatever. Without the pain of an actual vacation of packing and flying and lodging and spending too much money. It's really just a distraction and a short-term relief. Window shopping can also engage many of your senses. If you're going into the store, you can create some of the stuff for yourself if you're going to do an Amazon online store shopping. But usually when you go to the store, you're going to hear music. If you're in a mall or something like that, or some stores, they do play music over the intercom. So you're hearing, different music. You're able to see maybe some colorful or beautiful things, like I said, within the store. That might motivate you or help you to feel good if you like good paintings and pictures of that nature. You might get some good smells if you're going to like a candle store or a mall, which tends to have plenty of good smelling stuff, as well as maybe some stuff you don't enjoy. But, you got that smell of food, good food, maybe perfume, colognes, treats, what else? Candles, smell goods, things like that. And then you've got the textures of the things, maybe the clothes or the items that you're picking up. So you get to engage all of these different senses that maybe you normally don't engage on a regular basis or as frequently, or altogether as you would in a regular day-to-day life. So you can have an enjoyable experience. Again, maybe a less stressful experience, depending on where you go. And again, if shopping is even your thing, or window shopping. And it can motivate you. Like I said, you can create a list of the items that you want to come back and purchase at a later time. And so it could motivate you to work harder at your job, maybe, or to work harder at getting another source of income so that you can purchase some of these things, whether it's a desire or whether maybe it's a need. Maybe you want to go to Best Buy and you want to scope out some computers because you really need a better computer for your job. Okay. So that is a need, but maybe you don't have the money for it necessarily. You might feel really good about going to the store and getting all the specs and, finding out, okay, exactly which one I want. And for those of us who are prayer warriors, or those of us who are believers, we can add it to our prayer list. This is exactly what I want. We're often told, why not ask for exactly what you want, right? Don't just say, I want a red car. What kind of red car do you want, right? Ask for it. There's nothing wrong with you being specific in your prayers. And so this can help motivate you to maybe work harder or to add it to your prayer list. It might motivate you to pray more. It might motivate your faith to trust more in what God can do in your life. So here's some tips if you're going to try this window shopping activity as a self-care activity. One, maybe use a tracker like on Activity Watch, or activity apps on your phone. You can use that to kind of help you to. It might motivate you to see, oh, I didn't realize that just by going to Walmart for a regular store run that I almost walked 2 miles. right? And you're thinking, I could never do that. But you did. You walked about 2 miles just going through the Walmart and buying your regular errand run items, right? So maybe use a tracker that might motivate you, or at least help you to see just how much walking you actually do when you go to the store. Set a timer, set a boundary for yourself. Again, for those busy people like myself, busy moms, entrepreneurs, stay-at-home moms, if you're busy in any form or fashion, right? All of us can be busy, right? Set a timer, or set a boundary for yourself. If you just don't feel like I have time for self-care, you surely do. Set a timer, right? Give yourself, whatever time you may feel comfortable with. So you feel like, okay, I can give myself 10 to 15 minutes to maybe walk through the store and see, if that might be a good little break for me, might help to boost my mood. Then set a timer, let your phone go off. And when it's done, you can walk straight out the door. You don't have to worry about a line. It's another great benefit to window shopping is you don't have to worry about lines. You don't have to deal with the cashier or dealing with the computer. If you do self-checkout, you have to deal with all the people in the line and trying to find a short line. You ain't got to deal with any of that. You go in, look for things that you like, maybe make a list. And when you're done, you walk straight out. No problems at all. Another tip is to leave your cards with a friend or at your house. If you can just go there and come back, if you don't necessarily need it for gas or anything like that, leave your cards at home. That will ensure that you will not overspend. It will ensure that you will not spend. If you feel like you need to get a few items, maybe set a budget for yourself and only take that with you. I know state employees, they have this thing called a Cash Global card. And so you can move money to that card, just what you need on that card, instead of using a card that's directly pulling from your bank checking account. So you could put just the right amount on there on that card, and you only take that card with you. If you feel like, I may want to get a few things or maybe want to get lunch or something like that, all you have is that $25 that you put on that card. Set a budget, set a boundary. Start with your favorite store. That will make sure that you will enjoy that experience. If you feel like that's a bad idea and you have a hard time with boundaries and you don't want to give anybody your card and you don't want to get a Cash Global card and you're just like, no, if I go in that store, I'm going to buy half the store, right? I understand. I'm kind of on the fence with Five Below. I really do like Five Below. Five Below, my number one favorite store is Barnes & Noble. If you leave me in either one of those stores for too long, I'm going to buy something. Okay, I love books. I love knowledge. There's games in Barnes & Noble. There's also a Starbucks. I mean, there's so many things that I have an interest in, right? I'm not a coffee drinker. I like hot chocolate and I love chai tea. Okay. And then Five Below, I just love all the little trinkets in there. I tend to find, fun little things maybe I can get for my son. Or, just little items. Maybe I want to get another pair of socks. Five Below. Although everything in there is not Five Below, which is disappointing. Nevertheless, that may not be the place to start. So maybe you want to start by going to a brand new store that you've never been to before. You could look at some new things and, just make it a new experience for yourself. Like, oh, I see this store pass by all the time and I've never gone. Let me go check it out, right? Maybe do it on a break is another tip. If you've got a 5-minute break and you don't want to you can't drive all the way back home because there's no point, or you got a 10-minute break and you're around a store, maybe choose a store that you've never been in before and walk around for a little bit and then leave, right? Leave when it's time to leave. Set a timer if you're on a time budget. If you can, take your time. Allow yourself to be present and to slow down to allow yourself to experience that time there instead of rushing from one thing to the other, if you can, right? And finally, know thyself. That's the final tip. Know thyself. Can you go to your favorite store, like I said? Maybe not. Can you go to these kind of stores? Like, I love Barnes & Noble. I know if I'm in there for way too long, I'm going to buy something. Even if it's just a journal or a pen, I'm buying something, right? I have to give myself a time limit. I know thyself, okay? Know thyself. I know myself. But if books are just your thing, I can go in any bookstore and I probably would still have that issue because I love books. I love to read. So I know I can't stay too long at Barnes & Noble. Same thing is going to go for me in Scoopernongs, which is another bookstore in our area. Or I can't think of any others. There used to be a Borders. I don't know if we still have a Borders here. Anyway, same thing applies. Know thyself. If you know certain stores you just can't restrain yourself, you have a hard time, then don't go in those stores. If you just don't like shopping, if you're not interested in trying to figure out how to like shopping, even if it's window shopping, then don't do the activity. If it doesn't work for you, I have given you, or I will be giving you 29 other self-care activities. In addition to, you can find thousands of other ones by doing a Google search or by just getting to know thyself and figuring out what type of activities help you to take better care of yourself mentally, emotionally, physically, socially, and spiritually, right? I hope you've gained something from this information. Please, 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 if you like this information, if you think any of this was helpful, please let me know. Like the video, share the video, comment on the video. Also follow. I'm wanting to build up my YouTube channel so that I can provide more free things for free resources and information for people that need it. And so help me to be able to do that with all the great resources that YouTube can offer, as well as Instagram. So please like my business page, Mindful Edge Solutions, subscribe, share the content, watch the videos, and let me know. Give me your thoughts. I've got a link in the description of my videos that will allow you to send me your thoughts, your ideas of things that you would like for me to be involved in, or you'd like for me to share more of over the next year, couple of years, whatever. So I hope this was helpful. Hope you are beginning to find simple ways to incorporate better self-care practices in your life and to making self-care more of a priority. And I pray that you have a great rest of your week. I love you all, and remember, stay mindful.